blues for the horse I rode into town. You can see I'm sad, but the been the whole town. No attention, slowing a little wall side. It's a noisy night and the heat is dry. One ceiling fan and the shit's gone for lies. And I'm in it, living the high life. You gotta let it go. Gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. Just let it go.
Yeah, so sorry. It cost you $1,000.
So you can pay up after. This is Steve Hefter. Hi. I'm here for Rock Roots and Blues Live. I'm here with Sister Sparrow and the Dirty Birds. Thanks, guys. We're backstage at the Hamilton again. You guys have been here a few times. Before we get too far, for the people who don't know you, can we do introductions real quick? We'll start with you, yes?
Sure. I'm Brian Graham. I play saxophone in the band.
Hi, Brian.
Sasha Brown, I play guitar.
I'm Arlie Kinchlow, or Sister Sparrow, leader of the flock.
Jackson Kinchlow, I play harmonica. Ryan Snow, trombone.
I'm Graham Kinchlow, I play drums.
Josh Myers, I play the bass.
And there it is, right there. Yes. Thanks a lot, guys. Since I talked to you last, you have been seems like all over the world, right? But mostly all over the country.
Yeah,
Crisscrossing.
the American world. Yeah.
One trip to Canada.
Actually, from your website, I grabbed. The band has earned the reputation as a true road warrior since they started touring in 2011. Sister Sparrow and the Dirty Birds has played 150 shows each year across all the U.S., 45 states so far, and Canada.
Yeah.
Could be 46 at least, maybe not.
By the end of the summer, it'll be 48, right?
Maybe.
No,
I don't think
because we
have we played South Dakota.
went in South Dakota.
Well, anyway.
That's what we're talking about today.
A lot.
A lot.
We're just nitpicking at this point.
And are you guys staying sane through all this?
No.
No?
It's a relative term.
Do we look sane?
You didn't start sane.
That's very
That's
true.
part of the problem.
And since January, you lost somebody, right?
Well, actually, our trumpet player is setting up our merchandise, so he's around. But
Okay.
also, this guy is over here in trombone.
Special guest tonight.
Special
couple
guest,
shows.
yeah.
Okay.
He's got 2 shows with us tonight and tomorrow.
That's it?
Yep.
And he's off to law school.
Yep.
Is that some? I was thinking if that was like a covert ploy, so you guys have a lawyer in the band. That's not
We
how.
could use all the legal help that we can.
We're sorry to see you go.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to be here now, and I hope to be back as much as possible.
So you're gonna miss Mountain Jam.
I'm going to miss Mountain Jam. Well, the LSAT is actually 2 days after Mountain Jam. So
Okay.
sadly, I can't do Mountain Jam.
You'll
Why
be.
do they plan it that way?
Right now, all the brothers
I'll
are playing
write a
Sunday
note on the
night.
bottom of the test and say, I think it's Mountain Jam for next year. Better be good.
Pass.
So are you guys psyched for Mountain Jam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great lineup this year. It's insane.
I know. And it just kept getting better when I talked to you guys in January.
Yeah.
Arlie told me, yeah, I know, we're going to Mountain Jam, and I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
And then it just kept getting better and better, and the Almonds announced that they were going to call it quit, and then they were headlining Mountain Jam, so it's going to be pretty amazing.
Yeah. It's a really fun festival.
That was the first time I saw you guys, 2012.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're doing a set in the afternoon, playing some Zeppelin songs with the Rock Academy. With
Nice.
Kids.
Like a school of rock sort of thing.
Yeah.
On one of the main stages?
No, I think on the inside stage now they're doing like some clinics and stuff during the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
So, are we really going to be talking?
I think we're pretty much just going to play.
We're just going to be
Play
playing,
with
I
the
guess.
kids, and they'll
We
play
thought
some
we were
of our
like gonna,
songs.
like,
We'll
yeah.
play some of their songs.
Yeah,
It'll be
it'd
great.
fun.
So you are or not playing on the main stages?
We are as well.
Okay.
That's
For
a separate
us.
thing. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
which do you prefer? Do you have a preference? Because you guys translate so well to the monster outdoor stage, but you play a lot of clubs. Do you have a preference?
I mean, it's so different. It's like apples and oranges. But obviously, when it's nice outside and like those kinds of crowds are some of the most fun to play for. Like the big, everybody's just there to have fun. Their shoes are off. They're like doing the crazy hippie dances. I love that kind of stuff. It's a different thing, like playing at the Hamilton where you can be 3 feet from the people that are also doing the hippie dances. It's
Yeah.
like you're just closer. But I mean, we do the hippie dance too, don't get me wrong with that. Come on! Yeah, the Lindy or whatever.
So I've seen you in both types of venues, and I think that your sound, I mean, the big outdoor venues are sort of made for you guys. Your voice especially, I mean, you just take over the mountain, you know?
It is an interesting feeling to be that loud outside, you know, like kind of hear your music reverberating, or you know, you'll like run into people afterward who didn't necessarily see it, but they heard it, and you're like, man, I can hear you from miles away, man. You know, like that's cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
It's cool that Mountain is both.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was it's not.
Yeah.
So, you were still, your latest release was still Fight, right? I mean, you haven't put anything else out. You've been busy touring. Is there anything else in the works? I think last time I talked to you, you were even thinking about what was coming next. So have you thought about it anymore?
Yeah, I mean, we are actually, you'll hear a ton of new songs tonight. We're working on a lot of new material, like probably half of our set is pretty new at this point. But so we're kind of trying to cultivate those songs before we sit down and go to the studio. We also have a really full schedule for this summer, so we don't have a whole lot of time to get back in there, but we are definitely planning, we're trying to plan for, you know, sometime before the end of the year to get back in and do some stuff. We're actually kind of excited to try out, we want to try out a few different producers and kind of play with it a little bit more. I think our other albums were a little bit more just like our live sounds were captured. So we're kind of excited to try out sort of a different angle on that and maybe do a little bit more of a production album.
It sounds interesting.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
we don't really know what we're getting into, but it's fun to just try different things and see what comes out.
Are you always sort of, you know, waiting for the next big thing to come, or the next little thing to come along, and just, you know, during a show, some improv may turn into something, or someone may come up with an idea and...
We're kind of always, I mean, she's always writing. Whenever we have rehearsal, we try to make a little time to just play as a band. So there's always new things coming in. As the songs that we're playing now that we haven't recorded yet, the songs evolve over time. Our parts change, we have new ideas, rearrange stuff. And we sort of do that on the bandstand and in between shows talking about things. So. Everything is sort of in flux in some ways.
Yeah.
Right.
I was surfing the net looking for music, and I happened to run across, I was on Archive.org, and I ran across a really interesting statement that was with your music. This is, I saw this, it says, I am Michael Morrison, manager of Sister Sparrow and the Dirty Birds, and on behalf of the band and by authority vested in me to make such binding representations, I would like to grant your organization permission to host our live shows on archive.org. That was back in 2010. That was cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have...
Archive is great.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff up there. I actually haven't ever even gone through and listened to... Yeah, there's a lot though, because we have tapers come out, and that's... it's always interesting, like, oh man. It always seems like they show up at the one gig that you... like,
Yeah, right.
like something goes
Damn,
wrong.
not this one.
Like,
Yeah.
everything falls apart. No, but yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty neat that, you know, you guys just said it right up front. Like, go ahead. Do you think that's helped or hurt, or a lot of bands don't want?
Yeah.
I think it would help to get it out for free, you know, get people to listen to it.
Yeah.
I think there have been people that have discovered us on our contact, you know.
Preaching the shows.
So that's always a good thing.
Yeah, the whole music world's changed, right? I mean, since 20 or 30 years ago, it's completely different.
5 years ago.
Well, yeah.
You just figure out how to get it for free anyway. Might as well let people just have it for free, you know.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like a musical philosophy? I mean, I've talked to a lot of musicians that are just absolutely against the whole music game, you know, the business side of music. It's just too much for them to deal with. I've talked to people who have retired for 10 or 12 or 15 years and come back to music. So what do you think about the business side of music? It's still just fun?
I mean, that's the hardest part of it, I think, is the business end of it, because all in all, the reason we do all the business end is just to get on stage and play. And that the work is when you have to do all the business. I don't know. You guys
Right. I think it's a
agree with that?
necessary evil.
Yeah.
I think if you ignore it, it'll eventually come back to bite you in the ass. I mean, of course, all we want to do is play, but there are some really interesting things on the other side. I mean, even just like being able to utilize social media. I mean, that's if you can group that in with the business side because it's not the musical side, right?
Reaching people.
I mean, that's a whole thing. It's like, yeah, it's a lot of work, but there are people in Greece who know who we are and are always like, come over here. And we're like, who are you? Like, how did you find us? You know, but that's the power of the internet. I don't know. I think you got to embrace it at this point. You know, unless you want to. I mean, there's a lot of ways to go about it, but I think our personal band structure, like we definitely try to work with it as much as we can.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it. You have a blog, right? You've been sharing some of your travels across the country and some cool pictures, and I found those have been hilarious. Some of them. It's like, oh yeah, there they are. Yeah, there they are again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been neat. And you guys have been together how long? The core group of you.
5 years.
5.5 years.
5.5. Yeah.
So if someone had asked you 5 years ago, where do you think you would be? Did you know? Did you just know you'd be where you are now? This guy did?
Josh wasn't there.
Oh,
I was a fan though.
were you?
Yeah, of course.
And how did you get in the band? You just said, hey, can I join?
He begged. Yeah, I begged for a while.
It was much more the opposite. Much more the opposite.
Did you bring your bass to the shows and, you know?
No, I
stand in the front row and like play the music.
just miming. I could tell he was killing the changes. No, I mean, Josh and I have been playing in different bands together since 2006. Other bands that existed before this band, and
What do you mean? There are no bands.
SS&TDBs.
In the land before time.
Yeah,
BC,
in the band before time.
Oh,
Nice.
Wait.
We've done so far off
before. No, BSSTB.
And this is how the songs get written, right?
Yeah, exactly.
What was the question? Did you think you'd be here 5 years ago?
Yeah, where did you
Right.
think you'd be 5 years ago when you started? Did you have a vision? Did you just want to play? Did you?
Bring it back over.
I
Okay.
wasn't in the band. Then
Fujade all over again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we hope
I
to
mean,
be here.
Definitely. I know Jackson and I always talked about being on the road and wanting to get there. And it took a little while to do that, but first year of the band, we was
2 years.
the first 2 years, but especially specifically the first year, it seemed to all just sort of come together really quickly and be like it solidified what felt like overnight, which was I come to realize is like very rare. You know, like bands don't just do that. So I think we were a special case in that way. And then from there, you know, everything else has sort of come together. Like getting on the road. That first year on the road was crazy, and now we're like a little baby deer, like trying to figure out how to walk, you know. And now we're like a full-grown teenage deer hawk.
I was like,
Oh, I was like a hawk.
full-grown duck.
We're swimming now.
We're
but
adult
that's
Bambi.
cool. No, but
Stag.
definitely had visions of doing what we're doing now, but hoping that would work out. And then, you know, luckily we've been able to keep it together so far. So.
Are there moments where you're not sure?
Not really.
No.
I mean, like I said, that first year of touring was pretty rough. But we also had a different lineup, and I think like what we were working with now, personnel-wise, is really like, and personality-wise, is really gelled, and I think that's like keeping the boat afloat, if you will.
How is it being like you're the only girl, so that's got to have some stressful.
That we know of.
Yeah. Oh. We're not gonna find out tonight, okay?
Sorry. This is my first cup of coffee, so it's like the brain's starting to work. How is it to be the only girl? I mean, you know, it's It's exactly how it sounds. It's, you know, it's overwhelming.
A big giant pain in the ass.
Well, I
gotta be
have my happy place. I find it, and I take a break from the banter in the van with calming music and naps and stuff, and that's how I cope. But they're
Meditation
good.
tapes.
They're like a bunch of bodyguards, big brothers, and hopefully vice versa. You know, if you ever need a little muscle, you guys, you know, you can call me.
She got guns. Beat up that girl.
You need somebody. Bring in the ringer.
There was a girl that jumped on Jackson once on stage, and you didn't do anything.
She was
She was bigger than me. She was long and she had no shirt
not
on.
mentally stable. That was not my job at that moment.
Actually, the security guards didn't do anything.
They were sitting there.
They were like, "Wow, that is crazy."
She was an immovable object.
Is there video of that somewhere?
There is actually. There's like a 5-second,
Oh, yeah.
like it's pre-smartphone,
And it's like
cell phone
sideways,
quality.
yeah,
It's
it's
sideways, but it's there. You see it. Like we were watching her. She was shouting at us in front of the stage,
Throwing her beer.
and just crazy dancing. We're like, oh
Yeah, she
boy.
took her shirt off.
She took her shirt off.
Threw it at me.
Threw it at Jackson, and then we see her. It was like you see this happening in slow motion. She runs around the tent, around the side of it, disappears from view for a second, and then all of a sudden you see her just run up the stairs onto stage like nobody stopped this woman. Easily, she just and then you see Jackson soloing, and she literally just comes up topless and just jumps on his back. And then all of a solo. Outside on the other side of the stage, it's like, oh my god! Yeah, it was exciting.
So, you guys are from Brooklyn, and most of you are from Brooklyn, correct?
We all live there except for one.
And you get home relatively soon?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? That's pretty soon.
Yeah.
We got a show in New York City tomorrow night.
At the Bowery Ballroom?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking forward to that?
Hometown, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
Yeah.
And we've been home and away in kind of like even doses this year, which is kind of nice. We were away most of March and April, and we were home most of May, with, you know, a gig a week or so. And June we're starting to ramp it up for a big summer tour, July and August.
So after August, you're taking a little breather?
No.
No, September.
No?
Not really.
No, September's gonna be pretty busy. October's gonna be pretty busy. Most of November's gonna be pretty busy.
Yeah.
But we
December.
have this, you know, winter, springtime, just kind of chilling.
It's been great.
Yeah.
Being at home in New York,
Lots
knowing
of-
that we'll be back on the road soon too, but enjoying the springtime in the city.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to be busy, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can't complain about gigs.
Well, I'm looking forward to the show tonight. As always, you guys, you know, always rock the crowd. It's always a pleasure to watch you, and I appreciate your time here.
Absolutely.
Thank
Our
you.
pleasure.
And
Thank you.
we'll talk to you again soon.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, man.